Hey, hey, Chalkin History friends, it's Shelly. It's Saturday. Let's get into some shenanigans today. Say hello as you hop on. We're gonna try something that I have never ever tried before. We're gonna try doing some flocking. It's not like the flocking you see on Christmas trees. I guess it's more like making things look like velvet. So that's what we're gonna do. Say hello as you hop on. And we'll be right back. I had to turn my TV down, otherwise Facebook would flag my video as copyrighted music that I don't own. But I have the TV on in the background. Hallmark's going on, of course. So today we are going to play with our 3D snowflakes. You get two pieces. And what you get is, I want to say it's a 2-pack, so you'll get 2 of these guys in your order when you order them. So I figured we would try something completely new. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. Let's get this sprinkled out. Let's see. Today is day 6 of our 12 days of Christmas. I wonder what deals will be today. I don't know. Do not know. Okay. Not till about probably another hour, then it'll start hitting the website. Okay, 2 ways you can do this as far as I've seen. You can use baking soda, or you can use flocking powder. If anyone needs a link to the flocking powder, let me know. Otherwise, you could just grab some baking soda out of your pantry, or if you need something fresh and new, run to your grocery store. You could start with just a clear glue and just keep these natural and flock them. I am really loving this company. I find it a little bit better than Mod Podge. So I really like this stuff. It comes in a matte and it comes in a gloss. I'm not sure where my gloss went to. Or I thought I was going to try to start with a color and see what happens. If I would think it'll make that color look pretty velvety. So that's what we're going to do today. And I kind of picked all kinds of our really light wintry colors. Of course I have white. I have a jar of Something Borrowed. That was last month's color of the month. Eggshell, Shimmer Silver, Storm, Ocean Mist, Eucalyptus White, Sage. I feel like these are all fun wintry colors. I'm definitely going to do one in the Something Borrowed, and then I think I'm going to do one in white. I really think I'm going to do one in white. So we'll put these aside. I may need another white, so we'll have to grab that. We'll see. All right, I'm going to move this guy out of my way for a moment while we play. Okay, so let's get some trays here. And I have a tray in front of me too to catch all the flocking stuff so that it doesn't make a mess. What you're gonna also need is a really nice soft brush. I'm sure people use makeup brushes, make sure it's clean, of course. This was included in one of my makeup orders, and I have multiple of these, so I thought, oh, perfect, that'll work just fine. Something very soft, because you don't want to rub it off. I won't be able to take it off today. We're gonna have to let it sit overnight, but then I could do maybe a reveal video and show you guys how it turned out. So you will need a brush for that. All right, let's go ahead and let's squeeze this white out. Let's get this nice and stirred up. And then I'm gonna just cut a corner off at the opposite end here. We're gonna just empty the entire packet in one of my color trays. All right, throw that out, that's garbage. I'm not sure if I want to spray it a little bit or what I want to do. It's a pretty good creamy consistency. I'm gonna just give it a couple little squirts here. That brush feels awful hard. I don't know if this brush is gonna work. This is really hard. I wonder if that never washed out, because this one's nice and soft. Okay, let's start over. That brush did not feel good to me. I'm just gonna try to make it a little thinner. Just a little bit. Okay. And we're just gonna paint our snowflake here. Doesn't have to be perfect because we will be pouring that flocking powder or baking soda over it. So don't worry about that. It has been raining for days. Oh my gosh, I'm drowning over here in rain. You don't have to use chalk paste. You could use acrylic paints or whatever paint you like to paint with. Okay. I kind of went around the edges here. A little goopy in places, so I'm going to try to clean that up real quick. We'll definitely do both sides, so we'll get this side dry and then we'll turn it over. All right, let's get this side dry. Oh yeah, guys, and I washed my sock out from last night. I got it to work, it came out, I'm so happy. So I think what I'm gonna do is, instead of pouring the flocking on a wet ornament, is I think I'm going to coat it with a sealant, I think I'm going to use that, like a glue, and then pour it on that. Let's get this nice and dry. We'll flip it over and do the other side. my socks. I'll show you my socks later. They're so cute. Okay. Just trying to get all that glob of paint, or paste I should say. Might be easier to use something different to apply the paste here, just so you don't make a mess on the edges. Like one of those makeup sponges, you could do that. Might be easier actually. Like I said, though, we're going to get this dry, and then we will put a sealant on it, and then we'll pour a flocking material or the baking soda first. Either way. I think I'm going to try the baking soda on the white, and then we're going to do something borrowed for the other snowflake. And we'll do a flocking powder. Okay. All right, let's get this dry. What else I have that I could use. I could probably go grab one of those makeup sponges. Might be easier for me. All right, I'm gonna do that. Let's go grab a makeup sponge real quick here. I think this will be so much easier than trying to use that, just plain old makeup sponges. All right, let's see how this one does. I'm just gonna kind of trim off that bottom so it's a little flatter. See. All right, bounce it in our paint or our paste. I think that's a lot better. I'll clean up that paint or the paste in the tray here before we do all the flocking. Yeah, that works so much better. What's everybody up to today? Today we're going to kind of go running around, my husband and I. Ooh, the new deal is out. 2 paste jars, just $16. Woo! I wonder if they came out with a new color. I'll have to check it out when we're all done. Look for your email. If you are an email subscriber, look for that. If you'd like to be a subscriber, go ahead and comment, email, or you can text the word chalk to 513-717-5533, and you can fill out the information and get yourself on my email distribution. There, that's so much better, don't you think? Much cleaner. Definitely. We'll just make it a little darker. 2 paste jars for $16. Wow. That's like buy one, get one free. It's amazing. What a good deal today. Plus, all the other deals from the days prior are still around. So you can get, you can still get that puff additive, which I'm gonna get myself a new one. Then I have a fresh jar. Okay. All right, let's get that one dry. So much easier. All right, flip it over. I like the pouncing technique. Just because it's the MDF, I don't feel like I could drag it and get good coverage. So that's why I'm doing the pouncing. That seems to work. You could always dry between coats if you want it darker or more opaque. I did find more socks. Ooh, that's what we should look at. See if socks are available as a club member. Hi, Kathy. How are you? You are the best at sprinkling and sharing. I appreciate it. It's a club exclusives. Nope, they didn't add it yet. So it might still come out. We'll see. It still might come out. Usually I think it's the 6th. I'm good. It is raining still. We've had rain for like it'll be close to 48 hours. It just won't give up. Just will not let up. Have you ever flocked before? Have you ever flocked? Not a Christmas tree, but ornaments using the baking soda technique. That's what we're doing today. I'm going to try it. See what happens here. All right, both of these are dry. Let's take this guy out. I'm going to put him aside. Take these out for a minute, and then I'm just going to wipe up my tray here. Make sure it's nice and clean. Nope. All right. Something new. for everyone. Give a squirt of water. Oh, let's see, I have a board eraser in here. Gosh, you gotta love the board erasers, you guys. They just clean up everything. They really, really do. Okay. Now we'll give it a try. So the first technique we're going to use is baking soda, and then I actually have flocking powder. So we're going to test the two techniques, see which one we like better. We won't be able to take off the excess till tomorrow though. So, okay, let's bring these guys back over. Now we have to put a sealant on it. So like I said, I'm going to use this stuff. This Maker's Magic by Scorch Marker. I love, 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 love. I have a link for you. Kathy, and you asked me, and I thought, I woke up thinking about this, crazy enough. You asked me for links for something, and I know I did 1 out of 2, but then I thought maybe there was another video you asked for links. If you can remember, just shoot me a PM of what you're looking for. All right, I'm gonna get this opened here. And I'm also gonna grab one of these. I bought these when I first became a designer, and we didn't have stir sticks. So I thought, why not bring them down, right? Okay. Ooh, that's sticky. Okay, let's grab, I'm gonna grab a smaller brush. And oops, that came right off. Let's get our baking soda ready as well. Good old fashioned, regular old baking soda. Okay. Guys, I've never done this, so don't judge. Okay. Let's sprinkle this on, or let's get this painted on. We're going to coat the entire snowflake. Nice thin layer. Try not taking off the chalk paste. And then we're going to sprinkle the baking soda on it. Okay, I think I got every inch of it covered. Hold it kind of at an angle in the light, you can see. This aside here for a minute. Let's move this guy because we don't want to get him dusted yet. And then I'm just going to kind of dig in and grab little handfuls here. I cannot wait to see how this turns out. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to take it off today. I want this to dry probably overnight, and then if I don't go live, I will definitely just tape myself taking it off. But make sure you get every little area covered. You don't want to see any of your glue showing through, okay? And then you can tap off the excess. If you see any shining through, get it covered. Tap, tap, tap. it would be easier just to have it out and then to just lay it in it. Okay. Or what I might do is let this side dry overnight, and maybe later tonight work on the other side so that we know it is drying really, really well. Because then tomorrow is when we kind of just shake it off, or we'll take it off with that makeup brush. Okay, second one. Get our brush, coat it. I wonder, I bet like some kind of a spray probably would be good too. You could use a clear, either a glossy or a matte top coat. You could spray it and then coat it with your baking soda. The flocking powders do come in colors too, so I have some different colors that I'm going to use on, do you remember our classic ornaments? It came with 13 pieces. It came with a tree and 4 mittens, 3 trees, 3 gingerbreads, and 3 candy canes. I'm going to flock those with different colors, so I'm excited about that. This is also going to be offered as a class by me. So if you are local to my studio, then I would love to have you register and come make something pretty. Okay, let's get this coated before it dries on us. Ooh, almost lost it. Can't wait to see how this turns out. I've seen, you've seen all the little reels on social media where they're flocking those round ornaments. So I can't wait to see how this turns out. I want to make sure it's a fine, fine dust. You don't want any big clumps on here. Like I would take those big clumps off. Or like pop them, or whatever you want to do is get those big ones off. Okay. All right, we're gonna let that guy sit. All right. Whew. That's that. I am going to take paper towel and we're going to set this somewhere so that they can dry overnight. Like I said, I don't want to do the other side just yet because I really want this side to dry really good. These down nice. If by the end of the video we feel like we can maybe try to take it off, we will. There's also a product that I have. It's called, oh, not that one. It's called the Snowflakes. To make like, it's a thicker compound type, and it'll make it look like snow. So that would be fun too. Okay, whoa. Okay, there's that guy. Pressing it down on those edges here. Now, I will not reuse this baking soda. I will throw that away. Okay. All right, let's put that aside. Okay. Oops, I'm gonna throw this out. I haven't used it yet, believe it or not. All right. Let's close this up. Let's get a wipe and wipe that up, because next we're going to use an actual flocking powder, so I don't want it to get mixed up with the baking soda here. Wipe my hands here. Good to have a tray though. It's your little catch-all bin. Or if you have like parchment paper, you can put a sheet of parchment paper. And then that's really nice for like just folding it in half and you can put it back. Okay, all right. All right. Where's my flocking jar? Right here. Okay, so flocking powder. Kind of the same consistency as baking soda, but it's looks a lot fluffier. Looks a lot fluffier. So let's see what happens. Okay, let's bring over our other snowflake here, and I would like to do that in our something borrowed. I really just love this something borrowed color. I think it is so pretty. So hopefully you guys grabbed that last month. That was our color of the month last year, or last month. I hope they bring it out as a regular staple to our line. That would be really nice. I did get my 3 jars. Did you guys know when you qualify for the color of the month, you can put 3 jars in your cart, not just 1, but you can do that uptick and put 3. That is the max that you can get each time. So you can place multiple orders if you didn't know that. All right, let's get another makeup sponge. Where did I stick those? This one has, I don't know, they're not the best, right? I mean, you would think they could at least make them nice and flat. So we're gonna just trim that a little bit. There we go, nice flat bottom. That'll be easier for pouncing. We're just gonna put it in our paste. Actually, I think I'm gonna add a little water to my paste, just to the top of it, and then pounce it a little bit in there. Okay. Blue is just so pretty. I wonder if they probably don't make a clear flocking powder. I wouldn't imagine. But I'm thinking this blue will show through a little bit, so I think it'll be very, very pretty. Very pretty. It is pouring like crazy, and my husband is running out there in that. He's crazy. Crazy guy. But he likes to run. So. What I'll probably do is do 2 coats so that we can get a nice dark color. So we'll dry it, and then we'll do a second coat. Okay, let's get it dry. You gotta do both sides, because all the sides will show. Okay, let's get that next coat on. That way we can see the color. That's better. All right, we'll let that one air dry and we'll start this guy. Just paint it up. What's everyone up to today? Errands for us. All right, let's try it. Oops. Snowflakes are still available, so make sure you're grabbing some of those. Let's get that second coat on. Day 6 of our 12 days of Chalkmas deals. Looks like it's going to be 2 jars for $16 of paste. Ooh, that's always a big undertaking, Kathy. I gotta do mine. All right, let's get that dry. We're gonna flip them and do the other side. And then we'll try that flocking. This is so much easier to do it this way versus a brush. Especially with all these like cut out sections. If it was solid, it would be fine to use a brush, but I really feel like this works so much better. This first coat on. Get that dry. Let's work on this guy. Then we'll do the second coats. Okay, let's get those dry. And then we'll again coat it with that matte sealer, and then we'll sprinkle the flocking material on one side, and then tonight I'll do the other side, and then tomorrow we'll reveal as we take it off. How's that sound? Does not take long to dry at all. on this one. Okay, I think we got it covered. Let's close up our jar here. Let's get that side dry. We'll coat it with our sealer and then we'll sprinkle it with this locking powder. And then tomorrow will be the big reveal. All right, let's grab this. Let's see, we should probably get that paste off. So let's do that first. Board eraser. Wipe. All right, let's get this dry and then we can go on. All right, let's get our brush and coat it. Nice thin layer, but enough so that the flocking material sticks to it. All right, that one's done. Let's get this. And sprinkle it on. This is much thinner and lighter than the baking soda was. Don't worry, we will reuse what's fallen in the tray. I just gotta make sure I get everything covered. Okay. All right, that's all covered. That there. Feels different too, honestly. Okay, let's get our next one with the sealant. All right, almost there. Okay, I think we got it. I'm just going to take the rest of this. Sprinkle it on. Feels almost like really fine, like cotton. Make sure you're getting those tips of the snowflakes. That's covered, and you can see that it is that light blue, so I'm excited about that. All right, we're gonna let this dry overnight, or maybe just a few hours, and then I'll come back to it and see how it turns out.